It is time for the second semifinal of the Hawaii College Summer League here at Marino School. Gary Dickman doing semifinal number 2 with Tony Solito, and looking forward to a very exciting game with the number 1 seed. Electricians Hawaii is going up against Wealth Strategy Partners. Tony Solito, my partner here. We get to do this every year. And before we go any further, Tony, the first thing I'm noticing as we're a minute away from tip-off, there's their one key player is missing for Wealth Strategy Partner, one Julian Sensley. I think that's a big loss if he does not play tonight.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he got hurt right at the end of the last game. He hurt his knee, if you remember correctly. He left the floor, and maybe for some reason he twisted it and it got swollen, and maybe he's out for tonight's game. Without him, I can tell you right now, I don't know if they're going to lose, but I'll tell you what, they're going to have a hard time beating Electricians Hawaii.
No, I got here for the second game Monday. You got to do that with Artie Wilson. I know Julian had 15 points, which is quiet for him. One of the things going on for Wealth Strategy Partners, we'll give you their starters in a minute. Chauncey R. of HPU, formerly of Bowling Green, he had 39 points on Monday. So the cupboard is not bare without Julian Sensley, but without that 1-2 punch, you will see who will step up and be the second scorer for Wealth Strategy.
I'll tell you what, Gary, if Derek Lowe guards Chauncey R., he's not scoring 39 points tonight, that's for sure.
That'll be a great matchup to watch as the starters are getting on the court. We will give you the starters for Wealth Strategy right now as we're ready to start. We do have number 11, Caleb Spencer. Number 10, Jason Carter, played at the University of Hawaii. We've also got Gene Vienna, who's playing University of Regina in Canada right now. We have got Chauncey R., who's wearing number 22, as we mentioned, and number 23, Marcus Monroe, who is out Southwestern Oregon Community College, formerly of, I believe, Moanalua High School. For Electricians Hawaii, they have got Derek Lowe, one of the best players we have seen here ever in the history of the Summer League. We also have number 23, Kona Makala. Number 21, Randan Barenboy out of UH Hilo. Number 24, Patrick Matthews. And we will get the fifth starter here in just a second. It is number 15, Ao Kai Wong, coming over from the Big Island as we are ready to tip off here at Marino School. Tip is controlled by Ao Kai Wong for Electricians Hawaii. They are the number 1 seed. Winner gets the championship game on Saturday against Chosen Few. Wong gives it over to Lowe, covered by Chauncey Orr, the matchup Tony was talking about. This is one to watch all evening long. Derek Lowe for a 3. Nothing but net for Derek Lowe. Great start for Derek Lowe. We'll keep our eyes again on that matchup. Wealth Strategy advances the ball. And it is Monroe with a pull-up from 18. It is no good. Loose ball controlled by Derek Lowe for Electricians Hawaii. He finds McCullough cutting to the basket. Shot is no good. Tried to get the easy layup. Defender came late to help. Jason Carter with the ball. JC from the University of Hawaii over to Vienna. Now Spencer. He'll pull up. No 3 there. Pull it back up. Waits for a screen. Instead gives it over to Vienna. He gives it to Spencer, cutting to the basket. Nice layup by Caleb Spencer, former Nevada football player and basketball player. Great pass by Vienna. We're tied. We're 3-2 now. Electricians by 1. Ao Kai Wong with the ball. Goes in the left side. Baseline bank shot is no good. Rebound by Vienna. And Chauncey R., 39 the other night, makes his first shot, a 2 on tonight's game, and that gives Wealth Strategy the lead at 4-3. Derek Lowe with the ball, pulls up on the right side for a long 3, hits the front of the rim, and gets the bounce. 2 threes for Derek Lowe early on.
Derek Lowe is simply the best player on the floor. He played last year in Lithuania, and he's not quite sure where he's going to play this year. But there's no question he's the best player on the floor by far.
I think not only tonight, but maybe the last 7 or 8 years of this league easily. J.C. Carter misses a 3 for Wealth Strategy, and we have got a layup put in by Kona Makala for Electricians as they have an 8-4 lead. Chauncey over the ball for Wealth Strategy. Nothing there. Goes around the left side with the screen. Wong, heavy defense, but Ao Kai Wong will be called for the foul for Electricians Hawaii. This is the second night in a row we're getting to see a UH Hilo player over here. We haven't seen many of them. We saw Lefebvre the other night for National Fire, and number 21, Brandon Barenboy for Electricians.
And Brandon will be guarding Chauncey Orr tonight instead of Derek Lowe.
Kona Makala knocks the ball out of bounds as Caleb Spencer tried to get it down low, and Spencer will inbound in the far right corner. 17:56 left in the first half. 8-4 Electricians Hawaii lead. Vienna now with the ball. There's Dean Vienna for Welch strategy. Gives it to Spencer. Goes in for a little layup. No good. Chauncey with the rebound. That is no good. Monroe with the rebound. No good. The Electricians is running, and we've got a fast break layup. Brandon Barenboys makes the basket for Electricians. Hawaii now with a 6-point lead. Chauncey over the ball. Covered by Barenboys. Pulls up for a three, and Chauncey Orr's shot is no good. Derek Lowe with the rebound. Looking to run. Crosses midcourt. Looking for Wong on the left side. Does a little fake, spins into the lane, loses the ball, and is picked up by Derek Lowe, who will bring it back out. Derek Lowe for a three. This one hits the rim, a little short, and the ball will go out of bounds off Electricians Hawaii. Welch strategy ball down by 6.
What Derek Lowe shows you a good point for the viewers to watch. High dribble for speed, low dribble for control, and go into the basket. Derek Lowe does that very well. He has a very high dribble when he's running with the ball, and a very low dribble when he's going to the basket to protect it. So you might want to watch out for that.
Definitely a great player to watch. Dean Vienna has a three-pointer that is off. Electricians Hawaii crossing midcourt with Derek Lowe on the ball, and the 6-point lead. 16:56 left in the first half. Puts it down low to Barenboys. He gives it back out to McCullough. McCullough will try a three. That is way off. Rebound by J.C. Carter. Comes up the right side. Tries to bounce pass, cutting down to Monroe. Nothing there. He pulls it back out. Covered by Matthew. He'll pull back for a three. In and out. Loose ball controlled by Marcus Monroe. He drives in the lane. Little scoop layup is around and out. Tip is good by Dean Vienna. Nice shot and rebound by Vienna. As Matthews comes quickly across court. Double team to the left corner. And he will find Alkai Wong, who gets McCullough for the one-handed dunk and the foul for Electricians Hawaii. Great pass by Wong and the conversion of the dunk, Kona McCullough. 12-6, Electricians with the lead. McCullough at the line for one.
Kona's gotten better every year, and I thought, the beginning of this year he was very, very outstanding. And hopefully he's coming out of a couple of mediocre performances and put on a good one tonight. Good player.
AOP was where he played in high school. He'll be playing for the Hawaii Hammerheads later on this year. Misses the free throw. Chauncey over the ball. Covered now by Lowe. Around the back, tried to cut in the lane. Nothing there. I think Derek Lowe will be called for that foul. And it is on Derek Lowe, his first. 12-6, Electricians Hawaii lead. The winner will be in the championship game on Saturday at 6:30 against Chosen Few. Tony and I will bring you that game on Olelo TV. Spencer inbounding. Way up top to Vienna. Covered by McCullough. Drives in the left, gets past McCullough, drives in, and he will get fouled. There's going to be another quick foul on Derek Lowe. 2 quick ones. That's got to be a concern if Derek Lowe does get into foul trouble. As you mentioned, the most valuable player on this court.
Well, and that was not exactly Derek's fault. Kona McCullough he went right by Kona McCullough without even trying, and that was just poor defense.
Dean Vienna's first free throw is good, and it is 12-7. 16:02 left in the first half.
Dean Vienna, very aggressive, tough player. He tipped that last basket in before this one, and he can't jump over a credit card because he's just a tough little bugger.
Misses the second free throw. Alkai Wong, another great player over the years here, has the ball. He gives it over to Barenboys. Nothing there. Gives it up top to Wong. Left side to Derek Lowe. Thinks about a three. Fakes. Now gets a switch. Gives it down low to Matthews. Posting up J.C. Carter, but J.C. Carter knocks the ball loose. And Chauncey Orr has the ball. He'll wait for his teammates. Gives it over to J.C. Carter. No look pass down to Monroe. The problem was Monroe did not see it as well. Goes out of bounds. Electricians Hawaii basketball. 12-7 lead. Derek Lowe with the ball. Covered by Caleb Spencer now. Derek Lowe drives baseline. Nothing there. Spin. Little contact, no call. One-handed shot is no good. Tip is no good. Derek Lowe tried to rebound and is controlled by Chauncey Orr. Looking to run. On the right side, covered by Matthews. Gets the screen. Gives it back over to Monroe on the right side. Thinks about a three. Drives in the lane. Shot is blocked, but also contact. And Marcus Monroe will go to the line for two. That foul on Kona McCullough. 14 foul for Electricians Hawaii. Only one for Welch Strategy.
2 shots, Monroe.
2 shots from Marcus Monroe. First shot, good, 12-8. Again, we talked about the loss of Julian Sensley, whether it was through injury or not. He's not here. That is a big loss, and we will see. So far, Welch Strategy hanging in there, but a major difference if Sensley was here.
Yeah, I think, Sensley and Derek Lowe are the 2 pro players that two players that have played pro, and they just played recently, and both of them are the most outstanding players in the league, I think. They're just terrific players. Very smart, clever basketball players.
Both free throws good. 12-9, 15 minutes left in the half. Derek Lowe with the ball. Goes around a screen as we have checking in the game James Davis, number 22 for Electricians Hawaii. And an easy path to the basket for number 20, Drew Vienna, brother of Dean. Little battle there between the Viennas. Defense did not help out, and Drew Vienna just walked in for that easy left-handed layup. 14-9, Electricians. Chauncey over the ball. Pulls back for a jumper. This one, nothing but net, and it is a two-pointer for Chauncey Orr. 14-11. Electricians' lead is now 3. Derek Lowe with the ball. Goes over to Davis. Vienna has the ball, gives it down low, and we've got Oscar Pedroza in the game, former Chaminade player in there. He gets the shot blocked. Chauncey Orr gets the ball. Over to Dean Vienna. Covered by Derek Lowe. Goes right past him and gets a cutting Chauncey Orr. Gets the shot blocked by Dean Vienna. Their boy with the ball. He goes coast to coast, goes in for the layup, but it's short. Rebound, well strategy. We're going to have a foul. As J.C. Carter got the rebound, he's kind of pushed down as he tried to advance the ball. 14-11. Electricians Hawaii with the lead. 14:04 left in the half.
This game is going to be a little bit interesting, you know.
Chauncey over the ball, covered by Derek Lowe, crosses midcourt. Man-to-man defense for both teams. Orr goes right past Lowe, gets the basket and a foul. Another foul on Derek Lowe, which might be more important than the basket. That is 3 early on in Derek Lowe. 6 fouls before you foul out in the summer league. Chauncey Orr trying to make it a tie game now with a free throw. Artie Wilson has a decision to make.
Oh, that's a big... Taking him off the floor is a big, big thing.
Free throw is good. We're tied, but again, with Artie Wilson, we'll keep our eyes, and it looks like he is making a substitution. I have a feeling it is for Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe gets the ball and misses the layup, hits the back of the rim, knocks the rebound out, and it will stay Electricians Hawaii ball. And Alkai Wong will return to the game for Derek Lowe. We'll see if he will sit out the rest of the half. In college, that's usually what will happen when you have 3 fouls. We'll see how it goes for Derek Lowe.
Yeah, that'll happen depending on the score, I think.
Right. Davis with the ball. He turns into the basket, gets fouled by Marcus Monroe, and James Davis will go to the line for 2.
I think the difference in the game will be Electricians has a very strong bench, probably the best bench in the league, without a doubt. They rotate players. They go 7, 8, 9 deep, and they're very good.
James Davis, first free throw, hits the front of the rim and goes in. James Davis out of Prince George Community College gives the Electricians Hawaii a 1-point lead at 15-14. Kona Makawa back in the game for Electricians Hawaii. He replaces Ramsden Burn Boys out of UH Hilo. Second free throw good by Davis. Electricians Hawaii up by 2. Chauncey over the ball, covered by Kona Makawa. With the screen, doesn't use it, now goes left, nothing there, pulls it back out to J.C. Carter. He fakes, tries to get passed down low, and he gets it into Mikey Clem. Caleb Spence with the ball, does a little fake, drives in the lane, around the rim and out. Ball controlled by Makala. Gives it over to Alkai Wong. He'll advance the ball to the front court. Covered by Spencer, goes left, pulls up for a little running jumper, no good, gets his own rebound, puts it up, in and out. Tip in is good, though, by Drew Vienna. Good hustle play by Vienna.
Two Vienna's made 2 tips. Not great jumpers, but very aggressive, tough kids, boy.
Caleb Spencer gets the ball knocked away by Wong, but he retains possession, and he is fouled as he tries to get a shot up near the baseline. And Caleb Spencer will go to the line for 2. Foul is on Kona Makala. One issue is that Wells Strategy will be shooting free throws the rest of the half. And they're already in the bonus with their 17 foul. This will be a 2-shot foul.
Boy, that's an early time to be in a bonus, boy. It's really an important factor in a basketball. Let's see whether they'll get worn down by Electricians or not, because Electricians, like I said, has a great bench.
First free throw is good. Second free throw good by Spencer. 18-16, Electricians Hawaii with a 2-point lead, 12:50 left in the first half. Alkai Wong, I remember 2 years ago, had 46 points, I believe, in the semifinal game of this league. You and I did that broadcast.
Alkai
Fantastic
Wong.
player. He will be with the Hawaii Hammerheads as well. He and Kona Makala. Pedroza with the ball. He drives in right side. Good defense there, but he banks it in. Nice shot by Oscar Pedroza out of Chaminade. Lead back up to 4. Chauncey over the ball. Monroe was cutting to the basket, but Al Wang saw the pass and intercepted it. He brings the ball past midcourt, gets a screen, nothing there, cross to the left to Pedroso, and the shot is in and out. A lot of in and outs tonight so far. Monroe with the rebound, gets J.C. Carter with a behind-the-back pass to Chauncey Orr, gives it back to Monroe. Basket is good. Nice ball movement by Welt Strategy, down by 2, 2018. Pedroso with the ball for Electricians Hawaii. Drives in the left hand, the shot is blocked. Or with the ball again. Triple team, which results in a foul on Electricians Hawaii. And that foul will go on Vienna. Drew Vienna with a foul. 11:53 left in the half. Marcus Monroe will get a little bit of a breather. And Dean Vienna back in the game. Marco Johnson, a former player of yours, coaching Welt Strategy Partners.
He just got back from Las Vegas. He took a girls team there from Hawaii, and they came in second in one tournament and third in one tournament and first in the other. So he did a real good job with young girls too. So, Marco has a lot of versatility
he was coached
as
on
a
the high school level during the regular season. I think
does.
at Damien, right? Or was it Marino?
No, he coaches at Marino JV.
Both free throws are good.
And he was the head coach at Campbell a couple years ago.
Tied at 20. Vienna with the ball. Post up. J.C. Carter muscles his way to the basket and gets the basket to drop. Heads up ball play by Drew Vienna throughout the evening. Up by 2. Clem tried the 3. That is no good. Al Wang with the rebound. He tried Drew Vienna. Gets a cutting James Davis, who falls over his own teammate, makes the basket. Both guys on the ground. Kona McCullough lost his footing, which had James Davis trip over him after he made the basket. Refs are making sure they're okay. Artie Wilson coming on the court to make sure of the same. 24-20 as Davis does convert, though, on the layup. 11:22 left in the half. Now, this is the number 1 seed in Electricians Hawaii. Welt Strategy Partners with their playoff win on Monday, 6-5, a pretty good team, especially at full strength.
Yeah, not a bad team. I think Marco does a terrific job with his teams. He's a coach that's very into it. He's been involved in a lot of basketball activity in the state of Hawaii, girls basketball, youth girls basketball, youth boys basketball, and the JV team at Marino after coming off varsity coach in OIA. So he's got a lot of experience.
Comes from the tree of Tony Solito's coaching staff. Orr with the ball now. Covered by McCullough. 24-20 to score. Orr fakes and goes into the basket, but he gets it blocked by Patrick Matthews. I think McCullough might get called for the foul. Actually, they'll call it on Vienna. Nice little fake by Orr. It goes to the basket, and the double team comes on. Then a triple team late. Block shot, but the foul came before the block shot. Orr at the line for 2. Team fouls are 9 for Electricians Hawaii, only 2 for Welt Strategy. And it's still very early, and we talked about Derek Lowe with 3 fouls on the bench. But at this rate, you wonder if fouls could become a factor, especially for Electricians Hawaii. Welt Strategy doesn't really have to worry about that now.
They're gonna score a lot of points on the free throw line. They're in 1-1 already, and they were in 1-1 where there was 13 minutes left. So
the next foul will be a double bonus, 2 shots.
They're gonna score a lot of points on that free throw line.
Orr makes both 24-22 Electricians Hawaii. Pedrosa with the ball, he drives in the lane. Shot is blocked, and they're going to call a foul on that. Mikey Clem, looks like he had a clean block, but I guess the body connect, and they will call that on number 20, which will get Oscar Pedroso at the line for 2. That was a tough one. As we're watching the replay, wow, it did look like all ball on our monitor.
Yeah, it looked like a nice ball.
From what we could see. Pedroso's first free throw, up and good. Great shooter from Chaminade over the years. Still doing a great job in the Summer League. 6'3" player again out of Chaminade. Second free throw, nothing but net. 25-23. Been a close game throughout. Electricians up by 2. Welt Strategy has been tied, but they have not led in this game. Spence with the ball, spins to his left, pulls back, nothing there. Finds Clem, he'll drive baseline. Nothing there. He pulls it back out. Gives it to Spencer. Ball almost out of bounds. Spencer still has it on the far right side. 10 on the shot clock. Clem over to Vienna. He'll drive in the lane. Little contact. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Welt Strategy. Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
both Viennas are very aggressive basketball players. You have to be very careful around them. You know, they don't seem to have a great deal of a talent, but they have a great deal of aggressiveness, and they really are good basketball players. Very sound.
Inbounding the ball with 5 on the shot clock. We'll see if they're aware of that. Or with the ball, he was aware of the shot clock. Throws up a 3 at the back of the rim. Almost goes out of bounds, but Clem saves it to Monroe to Vienna. Gets Orr cutting the paint. Nothing there. He pulls it back out. Ball is stolen by Kona McCullough. Gives it over to Vienna. Vienna with the ball for Electricians Hawaii. Kai Wong with his first 3. He gets fouled. Shot is no good, but he will go to the line for 3. Marcus Monroe on the foul. Not agreeing with the official's call, but either Kai Wong sold that really well, or there was a lot of contact. I think there was a little of both.
Well,
we're watching the replay here. And, it was way after the shot, but there was contact as he basically grabbed him to try to hold him up. But I can understand the officials calling that. Wong at the line for 3. First shot, around and out. No good.
Don't you remember when you were young and the coach kept saying to you, make your free throws. If you're a good free throw shooter, you're going to be successful. You have to make your free throws in a basketball game.
I've also heard, I'm sure you use this a lot, never jump, try to block the shot of a three-point shooter. Don't leave your feet on a three-point shooter. Not going to result in a good ending. Wong does make the third free throw, 28-22. He makes 2 out of 3. Orr with the ball, covered by Wong. Drives into the lane, looks for a teammate, nobody there. Ball is blocked, and now Clem saves it from out of bounds. Gives it back up top to J.C. Carter, 15 on the shot clock. Covered by Vienna. Gives it over to Clem. He'll pull up from the elbow. Shot is no good. Rebound McCullough. I want to see Vienna versus Vienna covering each other in this game. McCullough will drive to the basketball. Is knocked out of bounds. They say it's off of McCullough's knee. And Todd Apo, the referee, right there. And it will be Welt's strategy ball. 6-point lead for the Electricians. Orr with the ball. Covered by Wong. Behind his back. Little spin. Looks for contact. Tried to draw the foul. Doesn't get the foul, but he makes the basket. Nice move by Chauncey Orr. 28-24. Wong with behind the back pass. As we have a 3-point made by Randon Barenboy. Just checked back in the game for Electricians out of UHELO. Monroe out of control. They're going to call an offensive foul. Monroe was just trying to get the shot off, but he did not have balance, did not have good control. The defender was right there.
Nice,
good call.
Nice defensive play by Kona McCullough. Nice defensive play.
31-24, Electricians with their largest lead of 7. 9:08 left in the first half. Kai Wong with the ball. Crosses midcourt, covered by Spencer. Over to Baraboy, down low to Vienna, covered by Carter. Patrick Matthews thinks about a 3, and he'll take a 3. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Loose ball controlled by Wong. Gives it over to Baraboy. He gets the easy basket. Nice pass by Wong. Baraboy just had to get the shot off from right to the left side. And it is good for a 9-point lead now for the Electricians. Spencer with the ball. Covered by Matthews. He'll drive in the lane. Shot is no good. Good defense there by Electrician. Kai Wong looking to run again. And he pulls it back out for a 3. That shot around and no good. Vienna keeps the ball alive, and Patrick Matthews with the easy basket. Another heads-up play by Vienna, because he wasn't going to make the basket, but he had the sense Team Vienna did to tip it to a teammate who got the easy basket.
Made a great tip play to his player, and he scored. Just an intelligent play and very quick reacting play on the part of Dean. Very good.
8:20 left in the half. Artie Wilson and the Electricians Hawaii with their largest lead of 11, 35-24. We mentioned earlier with Derek Lowe with 3 fouls very early in the first half. I think if you're Artie Wilson now, you can afford to keep Derek Lowe on the bench a little longer.
Well, he has a good bench. He has the best bench in the conference, no question about it. And I think that's the big edge that they have over Wealth Partners. Because they only have 7 players suited up. So it's going to be a tough road for them in the second half, that's for sure.
Waiting for Chauncey Orr. He's hit a couple of shots. He had 39 on Monday, as we said, in the quarterfinal victory. Hasn't really gotten unraveled yet, so to speak.
Well,
but you can see the aggressiveness, and I think we'll get a lot more out of him in the second half.
And I think they'll keep pressuring him all the time because they know how good he is. He certainly is an excellent offensive player.
Mikey Clem with the ball, inbounds it to Caleb Spencer. For World Strategy, down by 11. Crosses midcourt, covered by Barra Boys. Concierge drives baseline, nothing there. Pass is stolen by Conor McCullough. Wong now has the ball for the Electricians. Gives it to Matthews down low, nothing there as the double team emerges. Back up top to Wong on the right side. Three-pointer by Alkai Wong. This is a 38-24 lead, Electricians Hawaii.
Have to be careful now. They can't let it get out of control. They just can't. They're down by 14. You know, that makes making a comeback much, much more difficult.
Vienna with the ball. Drew Vienna, little spin move, almost traveled, but he gets the shot off, no good. Matthews with the rebound. Dean Vienna over to Conor McCullough. He'll drive left side with the right-handed shot is good. Nice basket by Conor McCullough.
Oh, very hard basket. Going to the left side of the basket with his right hand, that's a hard shot. And there was a lot of defensive pressure.
Chauncey Orr's three-pointer is short for World Strategy. Electricians Hawaii with the ball up by 16. Wong almost loses the ball. Gets it back. Over to McCullough. Covered by Clem. Nothing there. Gives it over to Baron Boys. Gives it down low to Wong. Vienna's knocked away by Caleb Spencer. Steals the ball. Mikey Clem with the easy basket. Alkai Wong tried to foul him to prevent that. Couldn't get him, and the basket is good by World Strategy. 6:46 left in the first half. 40-26 lead for the Electricians Hawaii. Wong with the ball. Brandon Baron Boys back up top to Wong. Getting a screen by Matthews. He'll just pull up with a three. Wow, Alkai Wong doing what we've seen a lot over the last 3 years. Not only hitting a three, but from about 5 feet and back at the three-point line.
He's been a very good shooter. He was a good shooter at Hilo, too. He's a good basketball player. Good offensive basketball player.
But I love that offense. J.C. Carter with the ball. He'll pull up at the elbow. Hits the front of the rim, no good. Ball is tipped by Orr, but Vienna comes down with it for Electricians Hawaii. Drew Vienna gives it over to Wong. He goes in for the layup, and nothing but a bank shot for Alkai Wong to make it a 45-26 lead. And you mentioned earlier about maybe getting worn down. I think it's happened a little earlier.
Yeah.
Again, you don't have much of a bench. You have 7 players for World Strategy, but when they're facing this deficit, you can kind of see them a little fatigued already. Clem with the ball, covered by McCullough. He'll pull up for a three. Good shot. Nice shot by Mikey Clem. McCullough right in his face, but he converts. Fast break now for Electricians Hawaii. McCullough got the ball from Baron Boys, but it goes out of bounds. And World Strategy will get the ball. We're going to have a timeout. 5:32 left in the first half, 45-29. So it's a 16-point lead. We were looking at some of the players for World Strategy. The last three-pointer was by Mikey Clem.
Mikey Clem.
Yeah, nice three-pointer, left-handed shot.
And he's an excellent defensive player. He seems to be very aggressive on defense. And him hitting that three right there, that is something I didn't know he had in his pocket. He's a good shooter.
I was about to say, you don't really want to force threes at this point, even though you need points. But when it goes in like that, it's like, no, yes. And again, there's still a lot of time left. But again, the deficit in double figures, you don't want to get down too much. But you don't want to force shots. You want to take smart shots, high percentage shots. That was not exactly that, but he felt confident. And again, with a hand in his face, nothing but net for Mikey Clem. So good shot. It was just a 20-point lead. Now it's down to 16. I would think if you're Marco Johnson, you would like to get this to single figures by halftime. That would be acceptable.
He has a sub in, Marco.
We've
24.
got number 24, Maurice Nelson, for the first time for World Strategy. He's played at Western Kentucky University with a Hilltopper. Caleb Spencer goes in the lane, got a screen, went around it, and they're going to call a block on Electricians Hawaii. And that will be on also checking in for the first time out of Iolani, Drew Uchima in the game for Electricians Hawaii.
It looks like he is going to keep Derek Lowe on the bench for this first half, huh, Gar?
First free throw, no good by Spencer. And that is not Drew Uchima. Drew Uchima is wearing number 14. We've got Jaden Zarelio wearing number 10 for Electricians Hawaii. Second free throw, good. 45-30. Electricians by 15.
That enables them to keep Derek Lowe on the bench.
Long taking his time now. Near midcourt. 13 on the shot clock. Over to Vienna. Back up to Wang. 7 on the shot clock. Covered by Orr. And he's going to go for the long three again. This one way off. Spencer with the rebound. Caleb Spencer. Good football receiver from Nevada. Gives a cutting Chauncey Orr. He was a quarterback on that one. Chauncey Orr gets the pass and converts the layup. 13-point lead just like that. Down from 20 to 13. McCullough with the ball for the Electricians. He will get fouled by Caleb Spencer.
Chauncey Orr is the son of Lewis Orr.
Lewis Orr, former Nick,
former
Syracuse player, and coached at Bowling Green.
Very, very good offensive player was his father, and so is he. Now, that's another thing, too. You know, it's very, I want to make sure I put this in the right way. It's easier to teach defense than it is to teach offense. It's very hard to teach offense. You're either a good offensive player or you're not. But you can teach team defense. And that's why you see so many good players playing offense. They really like to play basketball.
Right.
If you throw a ball out on the floor, the first thing a kid does is pick it up and shoots it. He doesn't pick it up and say, throw it to somebody else and say, I'll play defense.
Right.
So, you know, you have to teach
in a perfect world. James Davis and Oscar Pedroso check in for Electricians Hawaii as we've got offensive foul on Randon Barenbois out of UH Hilo. So Kai Wong takes a seat, but Derek Lowe is coming back in the game. A little surprised at that.
Derek
Maybe
Lowe.
the lead getting cut from 20 to 13 comes into play as Kona McCullough will take a seat. Chauncey Orr with the ball. Again, the lead now only 13 where it once was 20. Orr goes around the screen by Clem. Back to Clem. He pull up for another three. He's got the confidence, and he's got another three. 2 threes in a row from Mikey Clem in the lead, just like that, cut in half from 20 to 10.
Mikey's playing a pretty good game. That's all I know.
Zariello with the ball out of Kamehameha. Shot is no good. Maurice Nelson with the rebound gives it over to Orr. You tell Wolf's strategy has kind of picked it up a little bit with their confidence and their speed. And they made shots. Clem again with the ball. Thinks about another three, and he'll take it. This one no good. James Davis with the rebound. Almost. Derek Lowe back in the game with the ball. Gives it over to Barenbois. He'll take a three, turns around. Off-bound shot is no good. The rebound controlled by Maurice Nelson. Back over to Orr. Coming up on the 3-minute mark in the first half. 10-point lead for Electricians. Orr trying to post up Pedroso. Turn around, shot is good, and he'll go to the free throw line. Chauncey Orr, we're talking about his shot a few minutes ago. Not where he normally shoots from, but he had a little bit of the advantage and got the foul, and will go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. Oscar Pedroso complaining to no avail.
Well, that's the second play that Orr has made, aggressive play, and it hasn't been a three-pointer. He possesses a very good jump shot, and he's an excellent free throw shooter. Excellent.
Free throw is good. Only a 7-point lead. Pretty quickly, they've cut it down from 20 to 7. Less than 3 minutes left in the first half. Zariello with the ball. Gives it over. Oh, knocked away with pass to Derek Lowe. It gets deflected. Caleb Spencer comes up with it. He goes into the lane, and he'll get the layup. It's a little short. Controlled by Barenbois. Almost loses footing. Gives it over to Pedroso, thinks about a three, and I'll take it now. Shot is no good. Vienna with the rebound. Gives it to Clem, and he'll go in for the dunk. One-handed dunk by Mikey Clem with a defender right next to him. Wow, nice play. Smart play by Mikey Clem.
What a great half he's having. He's having a great half, defensively and offensively.
He's had 8 points in a hurry for Well Strategy. 3-point shot by Zariello, no good, goes out of bounds. And with 2:08 left in the first half, Tony, we've got a ball game again. 45-40, the Electricians Hawaii. This was a 20-point lead just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but the only thing I'm worried about is there's a lot of points being scored, and that means you're running up and down the court, and Wells just doesn't have that strong a bench.
Or will come up for a three. It is no good. Little short.
There they go
Pedroso
again.
with the rebound.
There they go again.
Zariello with the ball. He gets the layup to drop. Nice shot by Jaden Zariello. J.C. Carter with the ball. He'll drive and only passes it off to Vienna. He'll try a three. That is short. James Davis with the rebound. Over to Derek Lowe. 4-on-2 break. Zariello with the ball. Over to James Davis. And that was a tough play. J.C. Carter just happened to be there. There was no man's land as James Davis turned, went right into Carter. Both guys a little banged up. The foul on Carter as checking his mouth right now. I think his mouth went into James Davis's shoulder. Hopefully no blood. And we will have a 1-1 for James Davis at the line. That is a 17 foul on Walt Strategy. The bonus now for the Electricians Hawaii. Just a 1-1. 10 team fouls needed for the double bonus. First free throw, nothing but net. 48-40, Electricians Hawaii. And we have checking in for the first time. This is Drew Uchiyama out of Iolani coming in for Zariello from Kamehameha. ILH for ILH. Davis' second free throw. That is good. Little breathing room now for Artie Wilson. The lead got cut down to 5, and now it is back up to 9, 49-40. Caleb Spencer with the ball. 1:20 left in the half. Caleb Spencer goes around a couple of screens, pulls up, nothing there. Davis right on him, looking for help. 10 on the shot clock. Gets Viana cutting to the basket, but he loses the basketball. Davis picks it up for Electricians Hawaii. 3-on-2 break, and they're going to call an offensive on James Davis. Got the ball to Derek Lowe. Smart pass. Couldn't stop his momentum and went right into the defender.
Smart play by Chanciora. Just a smart defensive play. Very smart.
We're watching the replay where Davis went right into Chauncey Orr, who stood his ground. Smart play by Orr, knowing he was going to get drilled, but knew that was his only chance really on that break.
Or had him all the way. He knew what he was going to do all the way.
And you talk about guys wanting to play defense on that possession. Chauncey Orr knew the defense, and taking a stand in the charge was his only way to win that battle.
The other thing is, I think all players, and it disappoints me sometimes, when you approach the free throw line on a 3-and-1 fast break, you must slow down and stop at the free throw line. You cannot penetrate that 3-second area. A lot of guys do it,
Hard to stop
and unfortunately, it's not if you've been taught that. They'll stop.
J.C. Carter with the ball. Less than a minute left in the half. We're going to have a foul down low.
Defense.
And it's going to be on Electricians Hawaii. Oscar Pedroza was already indicating to the ref that it was not on him, but Tata Poe says, yes, it was. And this will result in 2 free throws. They're going to say it's, I'm not sure why that's not a free throw, should he put scenario right there, but J.C. Carter will inbound. Vienna with the shot will take a 3, and that is off. Pedroza with a rebound, long rebound. Over to Alkai Wong. Derek Lowe with the ball. We haven't said that in a while. In the right side, pulls a bank shot. Wow, nice shot by Derek Lowe. It was a tough angle, but he used the backboard, knew exactly what he was doing. 51-40, Electricians Hawaii back up by double figures with 11. Shot clock and game clock have a 3-point differential, so Will Strategy will have to shoot with no less than 3 seconds left. Or with the ball covered by Lowe. Taking his time, pulls it back. Tried the tough shot, hits the front of the rim. 8 seconds left. Lowe gets the ball over to Barenboim. He'll go into the lane, makes the basket, and he is fouled. Brandon Barenboim with the 2-point, and also going to the line to make it a 3-point play.
I'm sorry, Gary. He's been very aggressive this first half with the ball and without the ball. He's done a good job offensively.
You're Marco Johnson. You have the ball. Last shot of the half, you would hope, with only a 3-point differential. You don't want to take a shot too soon and then have Electricians Hawaii not only get a basket, but go to the line.
Well, that's one of the disadvantages of not being able to practice with your team.
Yeah.
It's just a big disadvantage when you don't practice day in every single day of the week. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to instill those kind of things when you only see the kids once a week or twice a
the
week.
timing and everything down. The free throw is no good. A 53-40 lead for Electricians Hawaii. We are at the half here at Marino School on Tony Solito Court. And kind of a game of runs, I guess you would say, Tony, in this first half. No Julian Sensley, as we mentioned. Tony thinks it's because of the injury he suffered on Monday night in the quarterfinal win. Electricians Hawaii had the early lead. They got it up to 20. And Derek Lowe had 3 fouls. That was the key. Well, Strategy kept chipping away. When they got it down to 13, Derek Lowe returned to the game. It got down to a 5-point lead at 45-40 for Electricians Hawaii. As we are at the half, that 45-40 lead, an 8-0 run for Electricians Hawaii to extend it from 5 to 13 at the half, 53-40.
Just at the right time, too. Now they can take a little bit of rest and start running again. 53 points and a half. That's a lot of basketball points. I don't care what level of basketball you're playing. That's a lot of points.
It's interesting, as we are here at courtside, we're looking across the court. Artie Wilson has got his team in a full huddle, clipboard out, discussing strategy, planning for the second half, and he's got a bench, as Tony has said. Marco Johnson doesn't really have that luxury. He is talking to his players, but he's also realizing they just need to rest almost more than anything. He's discussing strategy, but Artie Wilson's got them huddled up, knowing that he got them a little bit on their back feet, had that run at the end of the first half, extending, again, a 5-point lead to 13 of 53-40, and we will see what both teams will come up with in the second half. The first semifinal of the evening was Chosen Few. They tied for first place with the Electricians Hawaii. They were deemed the number 2 seed as a tiebreaker. They defeat National Fire Protection 85-70. National Fire Protection was winless until the first playoff game on Monday. They win, but their season is over as they go down 85-70. Chosen Few, again, tied for first in the regular season. The number 2 seed, they advance to the championship game on Saturday night. That game will start at 6:30. Tony and I will have that for you here on Olelo TV. They await the winner of this game. Will it be Electricians Hawaii? That would be a 1 versus a 2. Those two teams, again, tied in the regular season. But World Strategy has shown they can come back. We'll have to wait and see whether they have enough to come back in this game. Again, I think the biggest loss is no Julian Sensley. But even without him, they have really played a gritty first half. And even when they were down, I'll give them credit for how they have come back. And we'll see how they fare. Hopefully they won't get worn down by fatigue. They've only got 7 players on their bench. Artie Wilson, I believe, has 11 altogether, so he has a longer bench than World Strategy. World Strategy playing all 7 in the first half. Chauncey Orr doing a great job. We've got Caleb Spencer basically running the point. We've got Dean Vienna and Drew Vienna on both teams, the Vienna versus Vienna matchup, which is exciting to see. And we'll see how they fare in the second half. And I'm always curious how the coaches adjust at halftime and what the teams will do at the start of the second half. A lot of basketball left to be played, and we'll see if World Strategy does have enough. I am really happy to see the play by Mikey Clem. Comes in off the bench for World Strategy Partners, hit 2 threes in a row, then got a nice 2-point shot, had an 8-0 run of his own. That was key for World Strategy, getting the game from a 20-point deficit down to a 5-point deficit of 45-40. We'll see if maybe Mikey Clem gets more playing time in the second half. Tough threes as well. The defender right on him had that beautiful one-handed dunk off the fast break with the defender right on him as well. So whether he's open or covered, he has been able to convert. You might want to use him a little bit more in the second half if you're Marco Johnson. Chauncey Orr, the standout from Hawaii Pacific, coming off the 39-point performance on Monday, has hit a lot of shots. Hit a few down low, just got the 3-point play a few minutes ago. Really good outside shooter as well. So they've got some weapons. They have the capability to come back. We will see if there will be an upset or whether it'll be number 1 versus number 2 on Saturday night. Again, a reminder, 6:30 on Saturday, and that will be the final game, the championship game of the Hawaii Collegiate Summer League here at Marino School, and should be a lot of fun. And again, it's free admission. Concession stands are open. You can't make it down. Tony and I will have the broadcast. We've been doing it, I believe, 4 years in a row, and great games here. Haven't seen a lot of UH players here this year. One player we were hoping to see tonight for Electricians Hawaii is a new player for the University of Hawaii, Gibson Johnson. He is out of Salt Lake Community College. He has played 2 games this summer. One of them was last Thursday. Artie Wilson, before the game when I was talking to him, wasn't sure if he was going to be here tonight. And as Tony said earlier, and that's one of the deals with the Summer League, these teams don't have an opportunity to practice. So sometimes you don't get to have the timing down, but even when you are here, you're not really sure exactly who's showing up sometimes and who isn't. That's one of the factors of the Summer League. You have to deal with that, and we'll see if Gibson Johnson might be able to make it on Saturday if they do advance to the Summer League Championship game on Saturday. Despite the influx of UH players this summer, still a lot of great games, a lot of close games in this league. And again, on Monday night in a quarterfinal where the game was featuring an 0-9 team against a 5-4 team, the 0-9 team won. Something you might not expect in normal circumstances, but that's what happens in basketball, and that's what happens in the playoffs. I do agree with Tony Solito earlier saying that the best player on the court tonight is Derek Lowe. And if you haven't had a chance to see Derek Lowe in person, definitely, if you have the opportunity, come on down Saturday if they make it to the championship. He's been playing ever since he's been in high school. Of course, he went to Yolani, then Washington State, and then has played overseas, Lithuania most recently. He's been in Israel. He's been in several countries making a good living playing in the Summer League. We're watching him on the bench right now getting some well-deserved rest. And whenever you have the list of the best high school players out of the state of Hawaii, Derek Lowe is on that short list. Again, to me, probably the best player I've seen ever in the Summer League over the years. And definitely, if you get a chance, come on down. If not, because we are bringing you the broadcast here on Olelo TV. And with a lot of talent in every team's lineup in these leagues, Derek Lowe definitely stands above all the rest. It would have been interesting to have he and Julian Sensley against each other. Again, Julian not here, but we will look forward to Derek Lowe. We'll keep our eye on his foul situation. Derek Lowe with 3 fouls in the first half. 6 and you're out in the Hawaii College Summer League. We are 3.5 minutes left before the start of the second half. The score is 53-40. World Strategy Partners down by 13. Again, you win or you go home. You win, you go to the championship. You lose, and your season is over. And we'll be looking forward to bringing you the second half in just a minute. See what both coaches did at halftime as far as adjustments are concerned, as both teams are on the court warming up for the second half, and hopefully we'll have a nice close game like we had on Monday night. Again, the first game tonight, 85-70. Chosen Few defeats National Fire Protection. They advance to the championship game, coached by Dave Patterson and John Lane, and they will await the winner of this game tonight. And we are at halftime. Look forward to an exciting second half here on Olelo TV. Second half about to start. Marino School, Gary Dickman and Tony Solito. Second semifinal of the evening. Chosen Few won the first game. They will get the winner of Electricians Hawaii World Strategy. Electricians Hawaii up by 13, 53-40 as we start the second half.
And let's see if the bench comes into play.
Alkai Wong with the ball. Gives down low to Derek Lowe, covered by Orr. Down by the baseline. Trying to get a little position. Drives in with the right hand. Nice shot by Derek Lowe. Didn't really have the right angle, but with his experience was able to make the play. 55-40. Monroe with the ball. Marcus Monroe for World Strategy. Tries a little bank shot, a little too strong. Deanna with the tip in. That is no good. Patrick Matthews with the rebound. Gives it over to Kona McCullough. Baron Boys with the ball. He'll try a three, and that is good for Randon Baron Boys out of UH Hilo. And that lead that was down to 5 is now 58-40. This is a 13-0 run way back from the first half for Electricians Hawaii. It was once 45-40. Vienna with the ball for World Strategy. Dean Vienna gives it over Monroe. His shot is no good. Rebound is tipped. Spencer got the ball. Gives it to Jason Carter. That shot is no good. Alkai Wong with the rebound on the left side. Let's try baseline, nothing there, covered by Caleb Spencer. Gives it to Derek Lowe. He'll try a three. Derek Lowe's shot is short. It's an air ball. Very rare to see that as World Strategy Partners will inbound. 13-0 run now for Electricians Hawaii, and that lead is 18. Drew Vienna with the ball. Had Monroe cutting a little strong pass, but Monroe was able to get the pass, a little off balance with the shot. It is no good. Al Kai Wong now with Electricians Hawaii. Gets a cutting Patrick Matthews. Monroe steals the ball and tips it over to Caleb Spencer. Good defense by Marcus Monroe. And they'll need plays like that to get back in the game. Monroe back with the ball. Matthews covering him. A switch now low on, but Matthews comes back and blocks the shot. But Monroe doesn't give up. He dives on the floor, gets the ball, still loose. Caleb Spencer gets it to Jason Carter. He pulls it back out from 17. Shot is good by Jason Carter, and that ends the 18-0 run. And the ball is almost thrown out of bounds on the inbound. Barely saved by Electricians Hawaii. Should have been an easy pass, but it was not. Al Kai Wong with the ball. Screen coming up. Gets it down to Derek Lowe in the elbow. Covered by Chauncey Orr. Derek Lowe loses the ball to Caleb Spencer. And Spencer's going to go coast to coast, turns around, nobody there, and he gets the layup. Defense was really slow in coming back on Caleb Spencer, and he does get the easy 2. 4 in a row for Wells Strategy. We've seen this before, down by 14.
Caleb Spencer can outrun anybody with or without the ball anyway. He's very quick, very quick.
Lowe is going to get called for an offensive. Turned around, thought he had position, but he did use, I think, his shoulder on that. Might have been the upper arm area, but he does get called for the offensive as we watch the replay. J.C. Carter right on him, and it was a shoulder that goes in. A good call by the official. Derek Lowe and Artie Wilson not happy at all. And that is 4 fouls on Derek Lowe.
That's because
still in the game.
That's an either-or foul, you know? Either you or either me, or me, one or the other.
Chauncey Orr covered by Lowe. Derek got to be careful. And Chauncey Orr knows he's got 4 fouls. The pull up, though, for the 3. Nothing but net. Chauncey Orr seeing what we expected out of him. Nice 3, and that lead is now 11. Al Kai Wong with the 3. Nothing but net for Al Kai Wong. Well, the shooters are shooting, Tony.
They're shooting it. 14 now.
J.C. Carter with the ball. 16:33 left in the half. Covered by Berry. He gets a screen, goes around it. And the defense a little late. Nobody got the rebound, but it rolls around to Patrick Matthews, gives it to Wong. The layup was no good. He'll pull up for a 3, nothing there. Gives it to a cutting Matthews who misses the left-handed layup. Loose ball controlled by Derek Lowe. He gives it to McCullough, drives in the lane, gives it to Matthews. Left-handed shot is good by Patrick Matthews. And Marco Johnson is calling for a foul on that. To no avail.
Nice pass by Kona McCullough.
Good
Very
teamwork.
nice pass.
Chauncey over the ball, covered by Lowe. Gets a screen. Pick and roll is good. And Marcus Monroe had the ball. He will be fouled by Kona McCullough. And that'll be the second team foul on Electricians Hawaii. 15:54 left in the second half. 16-point lead, 63-47 for the Electricians. Spencer inbounding under his own basket. Gets Vienna, who's going to use his shoulder. No call. As McCullough goes down and Vienna converts. Nice shot there by Dean Vienna. Derek Lowe with the ball. Looking for a screen from Matthews. Goes left, baseline. Right-handed shot is good off the backboard by Derek Lowe. J.C. Carter with the ball. No look pass to Monroe. Wasn't expecting it, but he gets the layup. Nice pass by J.C. Carter.
Anytime you can catch a bounce pass off the floor, you got to be a good athlete. Jason definitely knew who he was throwing it to because Monroe's a good athlete.
Monroe wasn't expecting it at first, but did get it. Lowe now with the ball. He'll post up Chauncey Orr. Shot is way off. Orr with the rebound. Double team. Over to Vienna. Well, strategy looking to run. They get Monroe. Gets the ball over to Caleb Spencer. Now they'll hold up as Chauncey Orr comes past midcourt. Covered by Wong now.
Oh, carry.
Could have been a call on that. Chauncey Orr does get fouled as he cuts to the basket. I believe that will be on Patrick Matthews, and it is. Third team foul for the Electricians Hawaii. This was a little bit of an issue for them in the first half. J.C. Carter inbounding under his own basket. Monroe gets the ball over to Vienna, right side. Now gets it back low to J.C. Carter. Nothing really there. Pulls it back out. He'll try a 3, and that's an air ball for Jason Carter. Ball still loose. And Patrick Matthews is going to get called for a hold. Both guys going for the loose basketball. Matthews wanted it to go out of bounds off of Wall Strategy, so he held the Wall Strategy player, and he gets called for that. Now 14 fouls to 0 for Electricians Hawaii. Carter inbounding. Over to Vienna. Ball's knocked loose. by Barabais, and the three-pointer by Vienna is good. Dean Vienna with a three-pointer. 65-54 Electricians.
Down to 11.
Wong with the ball. It's like he has lost a little bit of weight from last summer.
Who, Dean Vienna?
Alkai Wong.
Oh, Alkai Wong.
Hasn't lost his skill, though, that's for sure. Derek Lowe drives to the basket down the right baseline, is fouled by Chauncey Orr. Nothing you can do about that drive if you're Chauncey Orr. Non-shooting foul as James Davis, number 22, coming into the game for Patrick Matthews for Electricians Hawaii. Alkai Wong inbounding to the left of his basket. Gets Barabais. Barabais' shot is no good. McCullough with a rebound. Monroe picks up the loose ball, though. He'll try to go to the basket. Shot is around and in. Marcus Monroe, nice basket. Good balance once he went up in the air. Converts, and they'll lead again down to 9.
Down to 9.
Every time Electricians Hawaii looks like they're going to pull away, Walt Strategy has a run in them.
Looks like that.
Davis now with the ball. Left corner. Barabais with the ball. Gets it knocked away. Jason Carter will be called for the foul. 13:46 left in the second half. 65-56 is the score. Barabais will inbound under his own basket. Finds Wong. He'll try a three. Around the rim, no good. Loose ball. J.C. Carter has it. Looking to run. The pass is way up there. Orr gets it, converts it to Monroe, and gets the easy layup. Nice play by Chauncey Orr, because that pass was not really on line, but he was able to keep his balance and got it right away to Monroe to convert. 65-58. Long over by the elbow, goes baseline, spin move, nothing there. Turnaround jumper, hits the side of the backboard. Vienna with the rebound, gets Monroe again, cutting to the basket. Long stride, kind of ran out of strides there. He started jumping too early, Marcus Monroe, and had a shot come short. Basket is no good, and Alkai Wong with the ball for the Electricians. Barabais with the ball by the free throw line. He'll take a shot. It is short. Jason Carter with the ball. Electricians Hawaii look a little bit tired now. As well, strategy looking to run the ball is intercepted by Derek Lowe. Alkai Wong with the ball. Waiting for the rest of his team to join him. As Kona McCullough crosses the midcourt line. 12:36 left in the second half. 7-point lead for Artie Wilson's Electricians Hawaii. Barabais down low. Pulls it back up. Davis now with the ball. Nothing there. 6 on the shot clock as Alkai Wong has the ball. 3 on the shot clock. Wong with a really long 3. Made him in the first half. This one is way off. Vienna with the rebound. Dean Vienna gives it to Marcus Monroe. Shot is no good. Tip is no good. Next tip is no good. Monroe still battling. And Alkai Wong gets the ball, and he's going to call timeout. You got to give Marcus Monroe credit. He's always around the basket, able to get to the basket. And you would think somebody's going to have to stick with him to stop him from doing that.
Marcus
on Artie
Monroe
Wilson's team.
and Orr look like twins. They have the same body type. You know, they're very active, very athletic. Orr is a much better offensive player, but they certainly look alike. You know, they look like brothers.
In this run, again, it's 7-point lead. It was just 58-40 a little while ago. Now it's 65-58. Marcus Monroe has repeatedly gotten fast break layup. He's outrunning the defense for Electricians Hawaii. I'm sure Artie Wilson is reminding his team of that right now. And again, as Electricians Hawaii had a 20-point lead in the first half, 18 in the second half, Walt's strategy partner has come back both times to cut it to single digits. 5 earlier, and right now only a 7-point deficit.
Well, I'm very anxious to see what happens because, you know, when you come back from a deficit, it's extremely hard on you. It's very exhausting. So you have to make a terrific effort, and they've made it 3 times now, as you said, coming back from a 20-point down deficit, 18, 16. So I'm anxious to see what happens at the end of the game as we get to the end of the game because, like I say, Electricians Hawaii has a very good bench.
One of the 3 outstanding officials is Thomas Yoshida. He came over at halftime explaining a couple of things. Near the end of the first half, I was wondering why there were no free throws when Oscar Pedroso committed the foul. They were signaling number 11. It was an illegal defense. They were just signaling number 11 on the illegal defense. That's why no free throws. And Thomas Yoshida let us know also that the championship game Saturday is at 7 p.m. I thought it was at 6:30.
And Julian Sensley is not injured. He is traveling. He missed the game because he was on the road.
Will he be back on Saturday if they play? McCullough converts a missed shot for an easy basket. 67-58. As they steal the ball again, Electricians Hawaii with a steal. Vienna over to McCullough. Derek Lowe back to Vienna. Vienna's going to try a three. This is good for Drew Vienna. Both Viennas having good basketball games. And Marco Johnson, I don't know who he's complaining to, but I believe it's the official complaining about he's complaining to actually Drew Vienna. And then Thomas Yoshida steps in and tells Marco to stop that. A little war of words going on there. I thought Marco was complaining to the official, but it was Drew Vienna right in front of him. And Thomas Yoshida put a stop to that. 69-58. Caleb Spencer with the ball. Goes around a screen. Covered by Pedroso is in the game. Drives in the lane. He'll get fouled. And that might be on James Davis, as Caleb Spencer will go to the line. And they're going to call it on Oscar Pedroso with that foul. 15th foul for Electricians Hawaii. 2 shots for Caleb Spencer. And we talked about this on Monday, Tony. In a game like this, free throws, even with so much time left, really comes into play at the end of the game. That missed free throw by Spencer, little by little, those missed free throws add up, and you're not in as good of a position to win at the end. And they need these free throws.
Well, I think you and I have watched a lot of basketball, Gary, and I think we both understand the value of free throws in any game, especially when it comes down to the end of the game or in the second half. You must be able to be a good free throw shooting team.
But Caleb Spencer misses both. They get the rebound, and he ends up making a three-pointer. So it actually worked out pretty well this time when you miss the free throws. I'm sure that's not the way they planned it. Vienna gets the ball, spin move down low, shot is no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, and it is good. Nice basket by Drew Vienna. Chauncey Orr with the ball. Never gave up on the basketball, Drew Vienna, on that possession. Pedroso with the ball. Loose ball. Chauncey Orr loses it. Pedroso will go coast to coast, and he'll get the easy layup. The defense was late to get back. And just like that, the lead is back to 12, 73-61.
Pedroso was on the bench in the first half.
Marcus Monroe with the ball. Gets a double team, tried to get out of it, but he ends up getting fouled by Conan McCullough.
Yeah, Pedroso was on the bench in the first half, comes out and immediately delivers coming off the bench in the second half and scoring.
Dean Vienna coming into the game for Jason Carter for World Strategy Partners. Also Mikey Clem in the game.
Mikey Clem, what a game.
That 8-point run of his, those 2 tough three-pointers with a hand in his face and the one-handed dunk on the fast break.
You got to watch out now. He's a tough one.
And Vienna stays in the game with Clem coming in for Jason Carter. Chauncey Orr double teamed in the corner, gets it over to Vienna. He'll drive in, muscle pass his brother, and make the basket. We finally got Vienna versus Vienna. And Vienna won.
Not only do they look alike, they play alike. Very good.
Smart, tough players. Pedroso with a long 3 from straight up, no good. James Davis with the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds by Chauncey Orr. Electricians Hawaii will retain possession. 28 on the shot clock. 10-point lead of 73-63. 9:54 left in the second half. James Davis inbounding under his own basket. Covered by Dean Vienna. Derek Lowe down the baseline is going to drive, but he will be fouled by Chauncey Orr. I think Derek Lowe realizes he's got that quick first step.
Well,
Chauncey Orr is going to basically foul him anytime Derek Lowe wants him to by getting past him or just allowing him to get to the basket. He's going to have a hard time stopping that. Not in the bonus, so they'll inbound. Pedroso with the 3. That is no good. Short. Davis saves it over to Vienna. To Derek Lowe from the elbow. That shot is good by Derek Lowe. Good hustle by the Electrician. 12-point lead. Clem with the ball. Nice bounce pass to Vienna, cutting to the basket. And Pedroso was a little late trying to block that, but the shot is good by Vienna. That was Dean Vienna. Pedroso with the ball, loses it. Caleb Spencer with the steal. Gets it over to Clem. About to cross midcourt. Back on top to Caleb Spencer, running the point. Covered by Davis. He goes by him, and the layup by Caleb Spencer. Nice shot. Nobody there on the right side, so Caleb Spencer went past Davis and got the layup to drop as Marco Johnson will call timeout. 8-point lead. Clock is not a factor with 9:05 left. And again, I give World Strategy a lot of credit for the way they have no quit in them. Twice I thought this game could have been over, but they have come back with impressive runs.
Not only that, they've used the same 6 guys the whole first half and the whole second half. It's absolutely amazing, and they're hanging in there. So it's an 8-point game, 9 minutes to go. Anything can happen. That's a lot of time. 9 minutes is an eternity. So I'm anxious to see what happens.
You mentioned beginning of the game that the benches could come into factor as far as Artie Wilson's Electricians Hawaii have a deep bench, and Walt Strategy only having 2 players, and Maurice Nelson has only played about a minute or 2. That has not been as much of a factor as I would have thought as well with so many guys on the bench. Again, I give Walt Strategy a lot of credit because they could have just fallen apart. Marcus Monroe was one of the reasons. Mikey Clem with that run. We've got Drew Vienna making some key plays, Gene Vienna making some key plays, and of course, Chauncey Orr.
I didn't know who Mikey Clem was before the game started. I mean, I've watched him play. You know, he was okay, but I thought he's had a very outstanding first half.
I agree. Definitely a smart player and a talented player.
Oh, very talented. He's a good defensive player, too.
Tough to defend. As he is in the game, Derek Lowe bringing the ball up court. Chauncey Orr and him. Derek Lowe will pull up for a 3, and that is good. I think Derek Lowe is kind of realizing I'm going to score anytime I want
And
now.
he hasn't committed a foul. He's got 3 still from the first half.
You mentioned earlier how Chauncey Orr, a great offensive player, not quite the same on defense. It's not a knock on him, so that Derek Lowe can do that to anybody covering him.
Well, you know,
Vienna with a nice spin move and a bank shot off the glass. Nice basket by Dean Vienna. Long pass to Pedroso. He will get fouled.
I've heard coaches and players and announcers and all different kinds of people say he's a good defensive player. Let me tell you something. There are not many good defensive players. If you assume that the first 10 scorers in the NBA are always the same guys, and they're always going to be guarded by the best defensive player on the other team, why do they always come out leading the league in scoring? The first 10, the first 15 are always the same. Always. It's amazing. College, amazing.
But if you are good with defense, it can give you more minutes. It can get you a spot on the team. It can really be separation for some guys who don't play and who do play. But there are a fewer amount of them, you're right. Layup is no good. Pedroso missed a free throw. Layup is no good by Walt Strategy. Pedroso comes back. He's going to get called for traveling. The defenders were right on him, and he had nowhere to go but down with the ball, resulting in the travel.
3 plays in a row now. He's kept the ball and gone to the basket when he should have passed it. 3 times.
Got fouled one of them. But you're right, last time you just were in no man's land. Spencer with the ball over to Orr. Switch now, Vienna now covering Chauncey Orr. I'm sure he's happy with that. See if he can take advantage of it. Caleb Spencer with a 3 is short. McCullough with the ball over to Pedroso.
Great passing.
Now this time Pedroso had the great move, and they just ran.
Great passing.
2 passes for the easy layup, and Marco Johnson does not want this to get back out of hand as the lead is 13, but especially on a play like that. You've got to get back on defense. You've just been talking about it. You can't let up fast break layups like that.
Well, they just simply outran them on that play, and I'm beginning to wonder if they're getting a little bit tired to play defense. So we'll see what happens.
So that in the first half where they did look a little tired, then there was a stretch where Electricians Hawaii looked a little winded. Both teams not only going on runs, but looking to run at every opportunity. And on that fast break with Electricians Hawaii, quick passes that they had, you really can't stop that. Great pass by Kona McCullough, finding an Oscar Pedroso, cutting right to the basket, no defender in sight. 7:44 left in the second half, 13-point lead, 82-69.
Well, Derek Lowe got the ball, quickly passed to Kona. Kona took one dribble and quickly passed it, and the fast break was extremely effective.
That's the kind of fast break you love to see.
Like. No dribbling.
Unless you're the other coach. Caleb Spencer, dancing past midcourt. And Chauncey Orr cut to the basket, but he slipped. And Caleb Spencer thought he was going to continue to the basket, threw the ball where he thought he'd be, and goes out of bounds. McCullough now driving, and left baseline, right-handed shot is good, and Kona McCullough gets a foul as well. Kona McCullough drove to the left with his left hand, and as he went up in the air, shot it with his right hand, banked it in, and draws a foul as well.
First time he's come around, Gareth, since about 3 or 4 games ago. I have not seen him play his best basketball in the last couple games. That, by the way, was an outstanding offensive shot.
Going for the 3-point play. Free throw is good with Kona McCullough converting the basket and the free throw. 85-69. Lead back up to 16. Marcus Monroe with the ball. Over to Caleb Spencer. Back up top to Vienna. Spins, nothing there. In fact, it's stolen by his brother. They're going to hear about that later. And Vienna makes the shot. Nice shot by Drew Vienna, stealing the ball from his brother Dean. Dean with the ball, try a three now to make up for that. Short, and the ball is going to be stuck on the backboard. That will result in a jump ball, possession arrow for World Strategy.
18-point
both
lead.
brothers will be talking about that after the game.
18-point lead in about 1 minute.
Marcus Monroe inbounding. Vienna with the ball. It takes a three, kind of falling backwards, and the ball is short as a result of that. Didn't really have his feet set. Dean Vienna a little short on that. Electricians Hawaii will inbound. And Marco Johnson is talking to Thomas Rashid. I'm not sure about what. I think he's talking about somebody's fouls. And whatever he was told, he is not happy about. Under 7 minutes left in the second half. Derek Lowe with the ball. Over to Pedroso. He'll just try a three. And that is way short. No reason to shoot that at that spot. Vienna with the rebound.
No reason to shoot a bad shot.
Well, Derek Lowe will try a long three. That is short. Tip is no good. Another tip no good. And we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Oscar Pedroso over the back.
1-1. 1-1.
And it is 1-1, as you said. That is the 17th foul on Electricians Hawaii. Only 5 for World Strategy. And again, free throws now when you're down by 18. Now the clock is a factor with 6:34 left. If you're going to convert these free throws, you'll have an opportunity to get back in this game. If you're going to continuously miss, especially in the bonus, it could really hurt your chances of getting back in this game. First free throw is good by Dean Vienna. Giving him the second. 6:34 left. Second free throw. It is good. Good free throw shooting by Dean Vienna. 87-71. Derek Lowe with the ball.
Cut the lead to 16.
Gets a screen. Now covered by Spencer. Gives back up to James Davis. Pedroso. He'll go around two screens. Covered by Mikey Clem. Back up top to Vienna. Covered by his brother. Shot clock is down to 8. Now Chauncey Orr on Vienna. He'll drive left. Nothing there. Pedroso with a long three from the left side. Nothing but net for Oscar Pedroso. 19-point lead. What a game of runs for both teams in this game. Right now, it's not working for World Strategy, though. Orr with the ball. Little stutter step, drives baseline, throws it away to Vienna. Drew Vienna intercepts the pass. Gives it to James Davis. He's going to get called for a travel. And just got the ball a little too soon and was already kind of up in the air and kind of halfway between the basket. Really couldn't dribble, so he just came down with it, resulting in the turnover. 90-71. 5:46 left. Mikey Clem inbounding to Caleb Spencer. See if they have a run left in them, World Strategy. Winner goes to the championship. Vienna drives left baseline. Goes in, right-handed shot is no good. Another nice basket from Dean Vienna. Scored the last 4 points for World Strategy. Will it be enough? Kona Makala in no rush. Crosses midcourt. Gets a screen, a hard screen from James Davis. Pedrosa with another long three. Just made one. This one is short. Bounces no good. And Chauncey Orr with the rebound. Looking to run. Gives it to Vienna. Vienna with a left-handed shot. That is good. 6 in a row for Dean Vienna. 15-point lead, 90-75. Electricians Hawaii kind of taking their foot off the pedal a little bit right now. Low with the ball. Covered by Dean Vienna. Passes it off to Drew. Drew will try a shot. That is short. Dean with the rebound. I thought he had Chauncey Orr caught him, but Chauncey wasn't looking for the pass. Derek Lowe will try a three. That is no good. And Dean Vienna just punches it out, but his brother picks it up. Not what he wanted to give his brother. Derek Lowe thinks about a three. Takes it into the paint. Gives it down to McCullough. He'll try a shot after the fake. It is no good, but McCullough is fouled, and he will go to the line for 2.
A lot of time coming off that clock on that possession.
16 foul on World Strategy. Next one will result in a bonus. This will be 2 free throws for McCullough, who was in the act of shooting. First free throw is no good. Mentioned earlier, Kona McCullough will be playing for the Hawaii Hammerheads. this winter, as well as Al-Kai Wong. Jeremy Robinson will be on the roster, as well as P.E. Menz, all members of the Hawaii Collegiate Summer League. Maurice Nelson checking back in the game for only the second time tonight out of Western Kentucky. Dean Vienna is going to get a little bit of a breather. Second shot by McCullough, no good. Spencer with the ball. 4:20 left in the second half. Covered by Matthews. Looking for nothing there, so he drives baseline. Shot is blocked by Matthews. Next shot is blocked by Matthews. Third shot is blocked by McCullough, but they'll say too much contact. Foul will go on Kona McCullough, and Caleb Spencer will go to the line. Good aggressiveness there. 2 blocked shots by Matthews. Third one kind of blocked by McCullough, but also a little bit of contact.
A little bit of body.
You got to give Spencer credit for hanging in there, knowing he just got his shot blocked once, then twice.
3 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, pretty good.
First free throw.
Yeah.
No good. He missed 3 foul shots in a row now. Last time he missed 2 free throws, ended up getting the loose ball and got a 3-pointer out of that. Second free throw by Caleb Spencer. Outstanding receiver at Nevada. This one is good. And we're going to have a substitution as J.C. Carter comes back in the game for Caleb Spencer. Not sure if you can afford to leave him out on the bench too long. Maybe just a little bit of a breather now for both Vienna and Caleb Spencer. As we approach the 4-minute mark of the second half. Derek Lowe with the ball. Down low. Baron Boys, we haven't seen him in a while. Back in the game to Vienna. Derek Lowe thinks about a 3, goes around the screen. Covered by Nelson, pulls it back out. Drives in the lane, gives it over to Vienna. He'll drive in, nothing there. Gives it over to McCullough. Back over to Baraboy. Shot clock is down to 5. Vienna with the ball. Shot clock down to 2. He'll drive in, get the shot off. Beat the shot clock, but the basket is no good. Ball is rebounded by Chauncey Orr. Loses it, but saves it, or does he? And we still have a loose ball. Controlled by Electricians. Hawaii. Vienna with the ball. Gives it over to Derek Lowe. He'll try a 3. This shot is short. Vienna with the rebound. Derek Lowe, I think, is going to use a little bit of clock now. 3:15 left in the second half. 14-point lead. Nobody there covering Derek Lowe. He just walks in the left side for an easy basket. They're just going to use the clock, but nobody was covering him. Just walked right in for the easy basket. You mentioned the fatigue factor, Tony. I think that is coming into play for Wells Strategy now.
Yeah, they're a little bit tired. A little bit tired. They got 92 points scored against them with 3 minutes to go. Looks like they'll reach 100, and that's way too much up and down for only 5 or 6 guys to be playing with no subs. So it looks like they're running out a little gas and a little time.
They had 90 with about 5.5 minutes left. That was the only basket Electricians Hawaii has made in the last 2.5 minutes. So Wells Strategy was chipping away, coming back. Another run for them. But as we've just both mentioned, it looks like they're a little bit tired right now. And we'll see if they have one more run in them. Time is definitely a factor as we are exactly 3 minutes left in the second half. And when you have a defensive lapse, as we just saw, where Derek Lowe was just trying to kill clock. As he turned around, nobody covering him at all on the left side, just walked in for the left-handed layup. That is something you can't afford to do if you're Wells Strategy partners. The winner of this game will go to the championship, 7 o'clock on Saturday against Chosen Few. Kyle Pape, one of the stars on that team, coached by John Lane and Dave Patterson. And again, they await the winner. They were tied for first place in the regular season with the Electricians Hawaii. One of your former players, Kavika Smith, on that team as well for Chosen Few. And Jace Tavita, former point guard for UH on Chosen Few.
And Scott Cotto plays for them, too.
And
he did a good job. He did a good job tonight, and I was proud of both him and Kavika being former players for me.
I think every team has former players from you. The way it should be.
All my players like to keep playing basketball, and that's good.
Chauncey Orr gives it up to J.C. Carter. He drives baseline, fakes, and it is no good. Kind of had to get the fake to avoid the block. Al-Kai Wong controls the rebound. 92-76, 2:40 left in the second half. And Artie Wilson telling his team to use a little bit of the clock unless they have an easy layup. Ball is stolen away. Caleb Spencer just put his arms up without seeing it. Orr gets the ball over to Monroe. Instead of cutting to the basket, he tried to find Caleb Spencer, but throws it out of bounds. That was something in the first half, or even in the second half, Monroe would take to the basket. He had a bad angle on that. He felt he was trying to get a teammate who had a better position. As checking into the game, Jaden Zariello for Electricians Hawaii.
Gold. all season.
Bear Boys with the ball now for Electricians Hawaii. Number 21. Back up top, Al-Kai Wong. 6 on the shot clock, and again, they are in no rush. 2 minutes left. Wong spins, turns around for a 3. Tough shot. Bear Boys had the rebound, but he will be fouled, and
No, over the back.
they're going to call it on Jason Randon Barabais coming into the basket, and Baron Boys out of UH Hilo. Nice effort coming off with a little bit shot, but Marcus Monroe is right there, and he did kind of climb the back of Marcus Monroe. And that will result in free throws for World Strategy Partners. 1:51 left in the second half. 92-76 is the score. Monroe got fouled, and he will be at the line for 1-1. First shot.
Oh.
No good. Looks like it was about to drop, hit the rim, and kept falling out. Rebound, Electricians Hawaii. Zariello with the ball. Out of Kamehameha. Using the shot clock. 15 on the shot clock. 1:34 left in the game. Also, and that was Drew Uchiyama in the game out of Iolani. He misses the shot. Chauncey Orr with the ball. Over to Clem. He will try a 3. This one is short. Monroe with the rebound. He puts it up and in. Marcus Monroe with a putback, cutting it to 92-78. Minute 15 left in the second half. This kind of a deficit, you're not going to foul. Hopefully you can defend, which they do not. And Drew Uchiyama gets the easy layup for Electricians Hawaii. Kind of academic now as we approach the 1 minute mark of the second half. 94-78. Clem with the ball. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Spencer. Over to Monroe. He'll try a 3. That shot is good. Nothing but net. 94-81. Less than a minute left. Al-Kai Wong with the ball. Going to use the clock. Covered by Monroe. 43 in the game. 20 on the shot clock. Over to Vienna. Drew Vienna with the ball. Covered by Orr. 10 on the shot clock. Almost travels. Bear Boys with the ball. And the shot by Uchiyama is no good. Tip is no good. Clem gets the ball. It's knocked away. And Vienna has it. Looks like he will just try to dribble out the clock. Shot clock is off. Zariello wants to get the shot and does as he's in the paint. Nobody there in the lane with him. And he converts 96-81. 15 seconds left in the second half. And it looks like we're going to have number 1 versus number 2 in our championship game on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. As the Electricians Hawaii dribbles out the clock. And that will do it. It is 96-81. A little bit more than the first game where it was 85-70, but almost the same, exact same differential. Monday night's quarterfinal games, Tony, were almost the exact same score, 1 point difference in the 2 games, and tonight we have 2 15-point victories. So that is it as the Electricians Hawaii, the number 1 seed in the Hawaii Collegiate Summer League. They advance to the championship game against Chosen Few. The final score, it is 95-80. Give World Strategy Partner a lot of credit for hanging in there, playing tough, having some runs in them, not enough at the end, and I think fatigue was a big factor, as you mentioned earlier.
Well, you know, the good thing is that the 2 best teams in the league will be playing each other for the championship. They both tied in a conference, so we're going to see Saturday at 7 o'clock who's the best team, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, we've got some great players on both teams, and again, both teams finishing in first place. You don't get a lot of upsets, although we did have one on Monday with National Fire. 0-9 going into the playoffs and winning their playoff game. They lost earlier tonight, but as we have mentioned, both top seeds have won tonight in the semifinal, their first game of the week. Winner take all on Saturday night. We will have all of that coverage on Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Looks to be another great championship game for the Hawaii Collegiate Summer League. We're going to see if we can get one of the players from Artie Wilson's team here in just a few minutes. Maybe even Artie will come over. But an impressive performance by Electricians Hawaii, who a couple of times in this game, both first and second half, looked like they were in a little bit of trouble. And World Strategy had very impressive runs, as we said, but Electricians Hawaii a little too strong. And in the second half, one impressive run was by Derek Lowe, who was in foul trouble early on. He had 3 personal fouls early in the first half. Sat out about 10 minutes, came back in with 4 minutes left in the first half as the lead got cut to 13 from 20. They didn't score a lot in the first half. Second half, he started scoring every time he got the ball. Started driving baseline on Chauncey Orr, started posting him up, hit a few threes, drew some fouls, and a lot of Derek Lowe, as you would expect, being the best player on the court in this game. A lot of good players. Derek Lowe, the most international experience, has played in the NBA Summer League with the LA Clippers and Dallas Mavs for a little bit, but doing a great job here in the second half. And once the fouls weren't an issue, you got to see Derek Lowe doing what Derek Lowe does best, and that's scoring the basketball. And it's going to be a great matchup on Saturday. It'll be interesting for a whole bunch of reasons. As we mentioned, the top two seeds. Derek Lowe going up against his high school, one of his best friends in high school, and Kyle Pape. And I think we're going to get Derek Lowe here in just a second, maybe to talk about the game and about the matchup on Saturday night. Should be a lot of fun, and we'll see if we get him here on a microphone here and get Derek's thoughts on tonight's game, as we'll get him situated here. Derek, congratulations.
Hello.
I guess we'll start with this. I don't remember ever seeing you play a game where you got in foul trouble. The first half, you got 3 early fouls. What was going through your mind then?
Nothing really. I mean, I just, wanted to try and be smart about it. But, you're going to have games, when you have foul trouble. Sometimes you don't have any fouls. But you just got to find a way to play through it. And, I had to take kind of like be less aggressive just a little bit, but I had to bring something else. I had to try and step up the defense, whatever it took, to help the team win. So I had to find ways.
I would say that's the most I've ever seen you sit on the bench in the first half of the game. Second half, sometimes if you guys have a big lead, but in the first half, that was a lot. You came back in with about 4 minutes left. Were you trying to be maybe a little bit different on defense and not committing the fourth foul, at least in the first half?
I still had to be aggressive on defense. I wasn't just going to let, the guys score or anything, but I had to just play a little smarter. I tried my best to kind of position myself better, try to deny a little bit more and just try to make it tough, without fouling. That's just what I tried to do, try to give my teammates something else and just try whatever to get the win.
What was it like for you guys as a team? You're the number one seed. You're playing well strategy partners. You had a 20-point lead in the first half. They cut it down to 7 and eventually 5 at 45-40. What was the strategy from Artie Wilson, and what was it like for you guys on the court at that time?
We know that we can be a good team as long as we play smart. We have moments when we go out there and we just put up shots and kind of just not swing the ball or anything, and that's when we find ourselves in trouble. So we kind of just took a little step back, tried to reassess ourselves and remind ourselves that we have to swing the ball, we have to get it to the right person, and we have to continue to play strong team defense. And I don't know if you noticed, but in the second half, that's what we focused on, really making it difficult for Chauncey to get the ball, make it difficult for him to score, and kind of whenever he got the ball, we wanted to show them, 3 guys, three jerseys, and so that's what we focused on in the second half, and it allowed us to do well.
Yeah, you guys got up by 45-40 at the half. It was 49-40, and then you extended it. It ended up being a 58-40 lead. You guys had an 13-0 run, and that was really due to defense. What is going through your mind on the court at that time when you have a team kind of on the ropes and you have that momentum? How do you continue that, especially on the defensive side?
I think it starts from me. I try to lead them on the court and try to be that guy that they can kind of follow. So I wanted them to see me on the court over there, giving it my best. Trying to deny the ball, trying to talk, trying to set the tempo on defense. And so that's what I was thinking. And my teammates know that. They know when I tell them, to watch me, to get my back, to help me build the wall in transition. They all are buying into it and they all understand that, so it makes my job a lot easier. So that's what I was focusing on.
You had a stretch in the second half where you were scoring from everywhere on the court. You hit a few threes, you hit a couple of layups, you started posting down low. Were you thinking at the time, at least on the offensive side, this is my time to be more aggressive and really take over?
I try to, game of basketball is about runs and, getting stops and all that kind of stuff. But I just looked at the game and I tried to see where I could be more effective in. And, being as a small lineup, I don't call too much pick and rolls. There's not many big guys or anything. So, I had to try and, take it to another facet of my game, which is, post up, if I have it. And I know I can, hit shots from there or be strong with the ball and try to get fouls. And I just try to be aggressive in that spot. But sometimes the refs don't call it, and that's going to happen. But you just got to play through it.
In all the years you have played in this summer league, do you remember how many championship games or championships overall you have won?
I don't remember. No, I didn't.
It's a
keep
lot, I'm
track.
sure.
I know we've made it a lot to the championship game. No, we've won a few, but yeah. Well, I know for sure last year they won. I can't take any credit for that. You know, they went undefeated, and I was gone for most of the time, so you know they did very well.
Okay, well, you play Saturday against Chosen Few. You guys tied for first place in the regular season, both teams at 7-2. That'll be a great matchup. You're going up, I imagine, against one of your closest friends, former Iolani star, played at the Colorado School of Mines, Kyle Pape. What is it like when you guys go head-to-head?
We've been doing it for so long already, you know, so it's kind of just we kind of compete, but yet we still have fun. And you know, I know what he does, he knows what I do, but you know, it's just about going out there, competing, and having fun. And you know, we can talk about it afterwards. You know, but you know, when it's in the game time, I'm gonna try and limit his touches as much as possible. And I know he's gonna, you know, try and study and watch game film because he always does that. So he's gonna do that and try his best. And you know, we're gonna go out there and just try and play good team basketball and pull up a win.
So you said a minute ago we'll talk about it afterward. Will you guys talk before the game as far as what strategy or I don't think you guys are going to talk trash at all, even though you can, but you're good friends. I don't think that'll happen. But will you guys talk about the game beforehand?
Maybe just a little bit. You know, we'll talk a little story, and you know, we'll just say some stuff, or like for this semifinals game, you know, I told him. I told him like, oh, National Fire, you know, is gonna beat you guys, you know.
Setting him up already.
Yeah, just kind of, you know, just having fun with it. You know, I think Kyle and I have been playing in this league for a very, very long time, and so, you know, we're just gonna, like I said, just have fun with it, play our best, and you know, just go out there and try to put on a good show.
Do you ever think of the fact, again, you're still very young, but you've been playing in this league for so long. Do you ever think of the fact that you may be one of the older players in this league? It's hard for me to even think that's even possible.
Yeah, I do believe that. I don't think the oldest, but I'm getting up there. My body definitely feels it a little bit. I have to go outside and warm up for 30 minutes before the game these days, you know, just doing all kinds of stuff. But, you know, when it comes to game time, you know, just get up and just play, you know, and you know, there's much older people out there, you know, but I think it's good for us that we can go out there and kind of guide and show younger kids the ropes and kind of just, you know, help them be comfortable on the court and stuff. So that's my main focus, being one of the older guys playing in this league. So.
Well, it's always a lot of fun watching you play from when you first started playing till now. You haven't lost a step, and it's always a thrill to see you in these championship games. We'll look forward to Saturday night. Congratulations on the win, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
All right. That is Derek Lowe joining us here on Olelo TV. Again, the final score, 85-70. Electricians Hawaii eliminates Wealth Strategy Partners. They will be in the championship game. The game is at 7 o'clock on Saturday right here at Maryknoll School on Tony Salito Court. Hopefully, if you can come down to the school and get to see a great game in person, but if not, Tony Salito and I will be bringing you the game on Olelo TV, and had a lot of fun this week and throughout the years bringing you some great basketball. And with both teams being at 7-2 in the regular season, the top two seeds playing for it all on Saturday night, and a great matchup to watch is the legendary Derek Lowe, one of the greatest players Tony and I have seen ever in the history of this summer league, going up against perhaps his best friend, former Iolani star Kyle Pape. That'll be just one of the many matchups to watch. It should be a lot of fun on Saturday night, and we look forward to bringing it to you here on Olelo TV. I want to thank John Wong and everybody on his staff from Olelo TV, all of our camera crew, and everybody helping to bring us this broadcast to you. Hopefully, again, if you're not down here on Saturday night, you will watch the game on Olelo TV Saturday at 7 o'clock. Have a great night, everybody, and we will see you on Saturday. Aloha.